Hello, my name's Joey and welcome to my tour of props and artifacts. Now today we're looking at the Torchwood Institute document wallet. This was something I made after finding this document wallet in a skip. Cut a long story short, Captain Jack Harkness in a very early episode of Torchwood was walking along with Gwen, and under his arm he had a file, obviously with his long jacket and that kind of looking into a file from the past. It conjured up, very X-Files kind of themes in my head. So I decided that sometimes when I cosplay Captain Jack Harkness, I sometimes walk along with this vintage document wallet under my arm. So of course, there had to be something inside there, obviously. Possibly a little anachronistic with this Torchwood Institute logo on the front looking pretty modern, but it is Torchwood, it is advanced technology, so anything's possible really. So we've got this vintage document wallet. What have we got in there? Let's find out what kind of things are in Captain Jack Harkness's document wallet. So, Doctor Who fans will of course recognise these and realise why one would need them. We have an ID card from Majestic 12, which was a secret American organisation in the 50s, a bit like Area 51 and all that business, looking into UFOs, part of the Department of Defence. This was an ID card I made when I was about 19, so way before Torchwood, but I just kind of thought it has that nice look to look like at some time in Captain Jack Harkness's past he's worked for the Department of Defence, or indeed he's pretended to be part of that in order to gain information for Torchwood on such alien artefacts. We have a Torchwood identity card which I made. Now, this was based on the 1940s national identity card. It took me ages to try and find a picture of John Barrowman looking dead ahead to the camera. And the whole idea of this is to basically, it's an ID card, and it's meant to be from the 1940s. It's supposed to go along with the idea that the people are, Torchwood in general, are collecting information to aid the war effort, but of course it's for their own purposes. So we have, such is charged with the duty of investigating matters of principal interest to aid the advance of the war effort. Total lie. The holder of this identification card has been granted permission to carry arms and is permitted to use them. Use of deadly force is hereby granted to the holder of this identification card, and such actions can be executed by the holder of this identification card. All very proper English for the 1940s. On the back, always carry your identity card. You are responsible for this card and must not part with it to any other persons, including police officers in uniform and members of His Majesty's Armed Forces in uniform on duty. Number 3, if you find this lost identity card or have in your possession of this card, you must hand it in at once at a police station or nearest military headquarters. Number 4, any breach of these requirements is an offence punishable by a fine or imprisonment or both. So, very, very serious stuff, this Torchwood identity card. Very serious stuff. I don't know if Jack was lying about his age being 38 then, but who knows. We've got a letter, a wartime letter, commanding number 422 Squadron, just a little report on the war effort there. So that was obviously very personal to Captain Jack. All right, we've got a map here, an Ordnance Survey map of Tunstall Forest. Well, who knows what was going on there and why it was of interest to Torchwood and Captain Jack Harkness himself. That's a vintage map. Aha, I made this many years ago. So here we go. This is something Jack's found on his travels. He's as desperate to find the Doctor as the Metropolitan Police are as well. On 7th of April 2005, this man befriended a young girl, Rose Tyler, aged 19. He is wanted in connection with her disappearance around the same time from the Powell Estate, London. He is known as the alias The Doctor. Do not approach this man. He is to be considered extremely dangerous. We are asking for any witnesses to come forward and speak to the police. Your information will be strictly confidential and your identity will be protected. Serious stuff if you hang around the Doctor. And of course we've got various top secret pieces of information that only Captain Jack Harkness could get hold of. 10 Downing Street, MI6 Security Services, Flying Saucer over London. Now these pages are actually from, these are copies, but these are actually from the very first episode of the reboot series. This is from Rose. I'll do a little video of these at a later point. This was basically the dressing for that guy who had, I'll do a little bit more research into this, but he was the guy who had his shed and he was obsessed with trying to find out about the Doctor. So these are two pieces of paperwork from his clipboard in the background. So I thought they'd be absolutely perfect in here. Now we have another Torchwood file. Military Intelligence Divisional 7 Cyber Strategy. Whatever it is, it's very, very top secret and in Captain Jack Harkness's document wallet. Aha. We have, I completely forgot I made this. A governmental file from 1994. Unexplained disappearances. Been recently barcoded. Oh, and it's all about the 456. Very, very interesting. Fans will know about the 456. And last but not least, we have a Torchwood file, Rift Activity. This is actually from the show as well, this graphic. I'll show you that later on. That's a copy that I made. Torchwood case file. And we open it up. We've got South Wales Police, missing persons inquiry form. This is obviously information that Torchwood have intercepted from the police files. So even though the police are hot or cold on the case of this missing person, Torchwood have already identified this as Rift Activity. There we are, Rift Activity. And that is what's in my Captain Jack Harkness document file. Hope you enjoyed that. All my best. Look after yourselves. That is definitely it. I wish I could do a bit more with this camera and the tripod. It's a little bit jittery. But there we go. That's in there. Take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves and see you soon.